Another 100 days, another video talking about them. And actually, this story starts in my main survival map. I decided I wanted a wither skeleton farm, which somehow led to me putting holes in bedrock. It took a few tries and testing to get it right, but once I did it again in survival. This means I can do all my nether travel on the roof. Wanting a wither skull farm means I need to have access to many wither roses, so I started work on this farm, including naming a chicken Dragon Burst. The Cindermite got named Perpzilla, and the wither got named Rosie. I spawn-proofed with water by spreading and breaking ice, until it turned out the farm broke. It's not attacking the chicken. That's part of where it broke, but also this. So I turned to a different method of getting roses. Oh man, this hasn't gotten old any yet. By using poison splash potions and summoning in the wither, I can get an awful lot of roses. Mind you, I was doing all this because I wanted to take a break from hardcore and maybe not die in it. But then I realized that was stupid, so I jumped back in for another 100 days. Also, going into this, I can tell you I did a lot of repetitive things, including exploring, farming, trading, and mining. So I'll try not to mention those things over and over. Once I'm back in, I do the first of many farming sessions, followed by trading. My cows get fed next, followed by dirt grabbing so I can fill in some holes. Since I filled in my lava hole area, I ended up giving this single lava block its own well. I added a fence to my crops, since I'm going to start doing raids starting soon. I finally get around to replacing the blocks I missed with more on-theme blocks and tree. I also decided I would start a dog army. This will come into play later as well. More renovations occurred, including destroying the actual rest of the village. I go mining with 2 of my dogs, and left with over a stack of diamonds. Now I'm in the nether, and I'm doing some mining and gold trading. I didn't bother putting on gold armor, so I had to deal with the piglin getting aggressive when I was focused on hoglins. I got my hands on some fire potions, so I guess now it's time to get pumpkins. Oh no, now is the time of the fence. I wonder what day it is. Oh, it's day 109 apparently. I did a bunch of the same thing, and my dog army is bigger now. It's day 132 already. I got my hands on some fire potions, so it's time to explore the nether more desperately. I found my way into a small warped biome, so that's pretty cool. I can cheese some ender pearls with this 2-high roof. I did a bit of exploring, but didn't find anything too great. Now I'm getting sand. For later. Oh hey, the pumpkin patch. Nice. Back in the nether, and I'm doing some strip mining. I should really get beds. I did find some debris and gold, though. That means I can make my first netherite ingot, and, in turn, make my first lodestone. With this, and a compass, I'll never get lost again. So I hopped in a boat someday and just went out. Tried and failed digging for treasure, and I even found a pillager outpost. With my compass in hand, I headed back under voluntary exile. Once I got back, I unleashed my dogs and went to town. Luckily, anytime things got too hairy, I was able to trivialize the encounter with water. Finally, the first evoker.
There he is.
And my first totem. The dogs even helped clean up the Vex, although I lost quite a few dogs in the war. As I'm shooting this evoker on the Ravager, note the dog who decided to just sit things out. I'm with you, pup. The last guy is an evoker, which means I have to clean up the Vex first. But now all my trades are discount, and I basically can't die. So I'm feeling pretty great. I have 1 dog left, so I name him Bartholomew. I'm out exploring and getting stuff when I come across yet another pillager outpost, so I of course gave myself voluntary exile and hurried back to do a second raid. Also, I picked up an LA, but I put him in a boat later. Some cows were harmed in the making of this video.
Sorry, cows. Collateral damage. Collateral damage.
The last Johnny got in the boat, too. Neat.
That's it.
I woke up to day 169 with a morning vex.
169. Oh, there's one more in there.
Oops, I forgot to unpause recording when I made the hole in bedrock, but there it is, complete with a second lodestone block for easy finding. A good thing I showed the footage of me blowing holes off twice, plus my stats won't lie. These diamonds are actually getting put to use in that I multiply my coastal armor trim. Now, right now it doesn't look so good, but once I go netherite, it'll look great. Since I basically can't die, now's a wonderful time to do more gold trading for potions maybe. Picking an arbitrary direction from the warped farm, I found it. The glorious fortress. Once I'm in, I go straight to work getting blaze rods, but I also don't want to die to skeletons. I made doorways safe by putting blocks at 3 blocks high, but other than that, I didn't do too much renovation or anything. Yes! Stairs! This is the second thing I really wanted to find. Nether horts. Finally, I can brew potions in this world. I'll put them under the bridge in the ravine. I can also make a cleric. Spoiler alert, he doesn't even trade for pearls. I take all this obsidian, and I went to my nether to get to the other side to check for stuff. Now with ender chests made, I need to recoup my pearls. I'm so stacked on potions right now, it feels good, man. The ender chest gets stocked with dragon fight stuff before setting off to find the stronghold. Some endermen later, I'm ready to go. Tomorrow. Following the pearls, they lead me to an ocean, so I set sail instead. Thinking I'd found it, I'd set up a platform and start digging straight down. You can imagine my shock when I ended up in a very deep cave. For sure, I thought I was dead. Luckily, some water was nearby and I've made a few golden apples. I tried throwing a couple eyes, but couldn't seem to get anywhere, so I started digging. Once I was back up on the surface, by the way, on day 185, I threw an eye and tried again. It actually worked this time, thankfully, but now I had to actually find the room. I did a bunch of digging and listening around for portal room noises. After digging around and searching for quite some time, I did, in fact, dig my way into the portal room. Well, across from it, but still. This can just get closed off, and a portal will go here, for ease of access. I put in the eyes and got ready. Shooting crystals through the corners, pillaring up to them, shooting others from up there. I even made sure to scoop up some dragon's breath. Either way, slow falling potions made this super simple, and I was able to defeat the dragon under 15 minutes. Grabbed the egg, and immediately went towards the opened portal gate thingy. The first city I found didn't have a ship, but I didn't waste the chance to get any shulker shells. The second city also didn't have a ship. I also didn't waste the chance to get more shells. The third city had the ship, meaning I got my elytra. Only 189 days in, and I can finally fly. I also made sure to try and get more shulker shells. Back in 0-0 of the end, I decided to set up the Wither Cheeser a little preemptively. Hopping back in the portal, and I'm back in the stronghold. That's fine. I can just jump into the nether, break the portal that spawns there, pillar up into the nether roof, ender pearl on top of it, build a new portal, and boom. I can now go through this portal on the roof to get safely into the stronghold portal room. Plus, I can, from here, just go to my 0-0 portal and get out. I'm back and I'm trying to get Unbreaking 3 from an enchanting table. It took a while. I'm also dangerously low on gunpowder, so while I don't have any fireworks, I still definitely go out flying just for the fun of it. I can't believe it took me this long to finally get this good. Pathetic. Now that I'm fully decked out, I ran around trying to get a lot of dye so I can customize my boxes. I don't think I labeled any, but I landed on brown, pink, red, orange, yellow, black, gray, and light gray, as well as white boxes. I also did a bit of exploring and came across this massive woodlands mansion. I didn't go inside of it. Caving, pumpkin patching, grass getting, hole filling, tree cutting. I almost killed myself here, simply just landing. Down to 1 heart.
Oh, geez.
Truly terrifying. And it was at this moment that I popped my first totem. It's like I've forgotten just how fragile I actually am in this world. Anyway, all these trees will come in handy later in the next video, because after setting up my loot thus far section back up, I slept going into day 200. And that's that. I left out a lot of the repetitive boring stuff like exploring without finds, or all the farming and trading and mining I did over and over. And now I can look forward to all the farms I'll be building. My only question, what farm do I build first? Until next time, and as platonically as possible, I love you, and thank you for watching.